Welcome to the John Trading channel. Today's video we're going to be going over exactly where the price prediction for Polkadot is going to be in 2023. So make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video. Before I get into the video and explain everything about this Polkadot price prediction, make sure you've liked the video, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos. Let's first go over Polkadot on this left-hand side when it first listed on Binance, because this is going to help us predict exactly where it's going to go in 2023. When Polkadot first listed on Binance, it had over a 350% gain to the upside in just a couple of weeks, but once we had that massive upside breakout, we then got this symmetrical triangle pattern. And you would know, in my course, I teach that symmetrical triangle apex patterns always get retested, and you can see what the price has recently done after we had that apex channel. Now, on this left-hand side, after we get a big breakout and then we have the triangle apex, it usually suggests we're going to have that continuation to the upside, and that's exactly what we got. We then got a 1, a 2, a 3 push wedge to the upside, which then signals we're going down for downwards momentum. Then we then got a 1, a 2, and then a 3 push wedge to the downside, which then signals upside momentum. But this area through here is super important. As you can see, let's actually line up these two highs through here and extend the price across. You can see that's exactly where the price of Polkadot has been supporting in the past, and the last major support here before we had over a 100% run up was this support area where we made that 3 push wedge to the downside. Once we had this weekly exponential moving average traveling to the downside, it's always going to be high probability to begin selling Polkadot, unfortunately, but you can see in these last recent weeks we began moving sideways with the exponential moving average, signaling that the trend is beginning to change and we're going to have that upside momentum. So let's find out exactly where the price of Polkadot can go. Still using the weekly chart, I'm going to use the Fibonacci retracement tool from the top of this range, which was at $55, down to the bottom of this range, which was at $4. And you can see we now have the 0.382, the 0.5, and the 618 level in these areas. This 0.382 level lines up with one of the perfect zones that I'm looking for Polkadot to re-enter. As you can see, this would be a perfect retest zone right in here. Now, Polkadot has had a recent run up of over 80% to the upside, and you can see why we began to stall in this area right here is because we had massive weeks to the downside, massive weeks to the downside, massive weeks to the downside, and there is a lot of resistance in this area initially. We then came back, retested this resistance, and we have been coming to the downside. But as shown with this exponential moving average, we are starting to travel to the sideways momentum, which is showing that this is going to be a really strong support level before we then rocket to the upside. So we've already first tested this resistance zone in here. Where can you see the next resistance zone? Well, it perfectly lines up with this 382 level. As you can see, right in this area here is another strong resistance zone, which would look that when Polkadot gets in this area, that would be a first place to really look and to take profit initially. So from this level, from where we're at today, all the way up to the 382 level, that's a 350% gain on this trade. And that's the level I'm looking to take. I'm looking to take about 10% risk on the trade for Polkadot and then make over 350% to the upside. So we need to be looking at a really strong risk to reward ratio, as well as where are the areas that Polkadot is going to stall. As soon as we go up 350%, there are going to be a lot of sellers in that area. And unfortunately, we do want Polkadot to obviously retest those highs, but initially we will have a bit of a stall in this area. Again, the reason being is we've had support in this area. Once this support level breaks and we got that downside break, what does support then flip to? I've been explaining in all my videos that once a support level gets broken, it then flips to a resistance level. Once a resistance level gets broken through and price goes above, price will come back and use this level as support before it then rockets higher. So this is the exact same instance. Initially, we had that support zone. We were supporting, and then we had that massive breakdown. Once that support level does get broken, it is going to become a resistance level, and that would be the first level that I'd look to sell on Polkadot. But again, that's a 350% gain that definitely could happen in 2023. I won't expect to come right back up to this high in 2023 because that gain would be over an 800% gain. It definitely could happen, but it might take until 2024. It might happen in 2025. Whereas this level at the 0.382 would definitely be a level that it could hit in 2023. So now that we have target 1 on the chart, where would be the second target? I can already see it on the chart and it's absolutely blinking out at me right now. right here, again, we've had a support level, support level, support level. And then what happened? That support level broke. Look, we broke to the downside. And then where do we come back? What happens is when a support level gets broken, what does it flip to? It flips to a resistance level. And look exactly what happened here. We came up, we then used this level as a resistance. Initially it was support. When it gets broken, it then flips to a resistance level, and then we had that major downside breakout. So as I've been speaking about again and again and again, once a support level gets broken, it will then flip to a resistance level. So this would be the next level, right in this 0.5 level. As you can see, it perfectly lines up with a Fibonacci level, but not only that, it perfectly lines up with support, 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 broken, resistance, broken. So it may seem simple, but that's exactly what trading is. It really is just as simple as that. Resistance gets then flipped. Once it gets broken to a support level, once a support level gets broken through, it then flips to a resistance level. So that would be our next target right in here is this 0.5 level. Not only because it lines up with a Fibonacci, but it also perfectly lines up with recent support levels that got broken, and it will become resistance. So target 2 away from our price right now is about a 450% gain on our target. And that's why it would be a perfect level to get out. Again, we are expecting this to happen in 2023, maybe not reach up all the way to the highs, which is roughly that 1000% gain on Polkadot. It may not happen just in 2023. We may hit target 1, have a little bit of retracement, come back up, hit target 2, have a little bit of a retracement, and then go up all the way to target 3, which is going to be the old highs for Polkadot. If we then look at this 0.68 level right now, it doesn't really line up with much support. There wasn't much support in this area here. We broke down. We did come back up to this 618 before we broke down, but there's not support like there was in this area. Support, 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 and then the breakdown. We didn't really get that at that 0.168 level. So I'm not really interested in that point. What I would be preferably is actually retesting these highs. The reason being is there is a lot of resistance up at this area too. We've had old highs, 1, 2, 3 touches, 4 touches, 5 touches. We've had a lot of touches of this old high. What would be expected is price to actually come up to target 1, break down, come up to target 2, break down, and then come up to target 3, and there will be a lot of resistance here, as there are some people that are still in the trade that actually bought right on this bar up here. There would be people in the market right now that own Polkadot that have bought in this area and have held all the way down. They've held all the way down for over a 90% loss on their trade, and I guarantee there are people in that market. So what would happen when the people actually come back to their account and price comes back here and they're finally able to get break even on that trade? I will tell you that a lot of people will exit out at that level, because I guarantee that there are traders that got stuck in this level. There was a good strong bullish bull bar right at the top of this bar, and people bought thinking, oh my God, we're going to rocket higher. We're going to smash through these highs through here. We're going to go a lot higher. But that just wasn't the case, and we broke down. So when we come back to this level, not only are we going to have new sellers, because people are going to think, oh, we made that all-time high, exactly what we've done on this left-hand side over here, where we broke just above this high, all-time high. We just broke above it slightly right through here, and then we had that major breakdown. People are thinking a very similar level right through here. As people have been getting in, they're thinking, oh, that would be the perfect level to sell short, as we've done that in the past over on this level. And they wouldn't be wrong for doing that. But not only are you going to get new entrants entering the market because they're going to see that high and think, yes, this is the perfect level to get and short in the market. But as I said, we're also going to have old entrants that have bought in that level. Now, once you bought a coin and you need to get out, what do you need to do? You need to sell that coin. So not only are we going to have new entrants entering the market thinking, as soon as we touch that all-time high again, we're going to come down. But then we're going to have old entrants exiting out of their long positions, also having to sell to get out. So we're going to have that double momentum play when new people are coming into the market and selling, and also old people that have bought years ago are coming back into the market to get out of their position. That's when we're going to have that double momentum play to the downside. Now, where would be some good levels to actually enter in the market for Polkadot? As I've been mentioning, the exponential moving average has been basically to the sideways. You can see right now in this level through here, we have been slightly to the downside, but that's exactly what happened through here. We were slightly to the upside. We were slightly to the downside. slightly to the upside, now slightly to the downside. We're in that trading range pattern. When you know that we're in a trading range, the goal of a trading range is to sell high and to be buying low. So right now, the trading range pattern would be between these levels through here, right here and right there. You can see that that's where the trading range is, right in these levels. So the goal of a lot of traders right now is they're seeing this wick. They're thinking, oh, we're in a trading range because the exponential moving average is sideways. I need to be buying around these levels, which you can see already. People buying in this level down here are already up 4 to 5% on their trade in just a couple of days. So this level down here would be the perfect level to buy. And initially, there will be a bit of resistance up in this level. Reason being is if we've been in a trading range action, a lot of people are going to expect that we're continuing to be in that trading range. So people are going to expect coming back to these highs, coming back to these highs, coming back to these highs, that they need to get out of their position. And now that we're coming down to the lows, people are going to be buying to look for at least a retest of this level. So an initial target could potentially be buying right now or buying soon at the bottom of this trading range just to test the top of this trading range, which is a 35% profit on your trade. So that could be a really quick scalp on the trade, but really the goal is to hold for this long term. We had a 350% target. We had a 450% target. We also have that 900% target of retesting those all-time highs. And that could happen in either 2024 or 2025, depending on how the price action does perceive. But we're definitely going to come back to a lot of these targets. When we scroll out and you see in these areas through here that we've had a lot of resistance, initially support, broken to resistance, initially support, broken to resistance. These levels are going to be where traders are going to long-term swing for these positions. A lot of short-term traders are going to be buying between these levels, ups and downs and up. But someone that wants to swing trade, buy a lot of Polkadot and hold a lot of Polkadot, they're going to be looking for these longer-term gains up to the upside. And that would be the perfect level to get out of Polkadot, initially at 350 to 400% gain. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. You have target 1, target 2, and then even target 3 of retesting these all-time highs. We have a 350% level, a 450% level, and a 900% level from our current prices. Now, we are hoping that a lot of these prices are going to be here in 2023, but if they're not in 2023, it's definitely going to be by 2024. That's why you just want to be holding and you want to be accumulating rather than looking to sell. Again, with trading, you want to be buying low and selling high. And right now, if you were to look at the Polkadot price and scroll out a little bit and say, if I'm going to buy, should I be buying high or should I be buying low? Well, the price is at one of its lowest points it's ever been. Again, as I was talking about, this level through here was the perfect level to buy. And look, we've been using this trend line to the downside to actually use as support and get solid breaks to the upside. Solid breaks to the upside just in this trade here was over a 100% trade on your money. So easy trade just using this simple trend line strategy. And again, we're right in this trading range area using that sideways exponential moving average. This would be the time to be looking to enter into the market. If you want to be buying low, well, it really can't get any lower than this. And if you want to be selling high, then we've got some perfect levels to be getting out of the market. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribed, and leave a comment if you're enjoying these daily videos.